We all want to get the most out of our students, and one of the best ways is rewards and punishment. But we need to use them effectively at the right time without discouraging our students, and it should more be an incentive towards the right behavior while making the wrong behavior as difficult as possible. Hello there, my name is Lucas and I help teachers level up education across all areas of life. In this video, we'll go over specific ways you can reward and punish your students and also get the best of both worlds, so you incentivize the right behavior while discouraging the behavior you don't want your students to be doing anymore. Let's start with punishment. And I think this is more controversial because in the past, and I think this is one of the things that changed the most in education, it was very okay to punish your students harshly, also include physical punishment. This is not okay anymore. So if you're still doing that, please stop. When talking about punishment, I'm not talking about physical punishment. This used to be in school, and I'm glad that this is something that actually did change throughout the school career, that physical punishment is no longer acceptable. But there are still so many teachers punishing their students with bad grades and with detention and with like additional work. And I don't think this is necessarily the best way to do that, because you'll just end up growing resentment in your students and will be very difficult to reel them back in. So something that I'd like you to encourage exploring is a punishment system where you allow your students to redeem themselves. The best example for that is in Dark Souls. When you die in these games, then you lose whatever currency you have, but you have the option to get back there and get them, receive them again. So if we take a concept from my previous video where I talk about a scoring system where your students get points for doing things they have done well, then you can take away these points and get them farther away from whatever reward they can redeem themselves, like a field trip or like a breakfast in school or something like that, and make them get further away from that. But the important thing here is they need to be able to redeem themselves. So you could kind of take away their rewards, but say, okay, well, if I'm taking away these points, but if you complete this assignment by the end of the class, you'll get them back, something like that. So with that, you encourage your students to focus again and move away from this bad behavior that you're trying to discourage without them feeling resentment towards you, because it's in their possibility to change whatever behavior. And if you also tie this to the whole class will do the punishment for you, because no one wants to be kind of like not take the field trip. So the class will kind of, sounds weird, but socially pressure whoever is disrupting your class, because these are the ones preventing them from having a field trip or preventing them from exploring a topic that everyone is excited about. So this is kind of how I feel like punishment could evolve and could get to the next stage. So now to a little bit more fun things on like how can you reward your students. And I already mentioned like field trips or having a breakfast at school, but also allowing them to choose what to learn can be a huge reward. So if you know that you have to do like a book analysis, or let them choose the book as like free you are in your curriculum, or maybe set up challenges or tournaments that the students can compete with one another to gain even more points. So you kind of reward them with this point system in order to unlock challenges and specific events that get them even more points. So in a way, you kind of build this own currency within your classroom, similar to how Harry Potter does this. So you kind of like give them points and extract points, and then the students are able to reward themselves. So you can have like different ways on how they can redeem the points. And I'm just like throwing out suggestions. I'm not saying like this is the way. I'm just saying like these are all possible options on how you can reward your students, make them pay attention in class and engage them in more than just like shoving down knowledge down their throat or doing more than just lecturing, because no one just wants to be lectured to. They want to learn. And if you give them the ability to choose how and what they're learning, they will be so happy about this, and this can be one of the best rewards.